Hi, good evening. It's Kristine Kieland again. Hoping that everybody had a nice holiday weekend. Last time I tried to get on, or I did get on for just a few minutes, but the connection kept going in and out. So I'm back, and today I can't get in on through my iPad, so I'm here on my phone. I think this is going to come through nicely for us. But I really want to touch base. Hi, Nanette. I want to touch base on something that I'm asked quite frequently, and that is, do I have any help around me? Do I have any angels or guides or light beings, or who's with me? And I want you to know that you're always surrounded in love. We talk about love every time we get on this channel. I channel my highest self, which comes through as love beyond love, which is this vibration and this feeling of just extreme self-love, where I truly know myself without doubt, without judgment, and without comparison, and without question. I love myself without question. So you always are surrounded by your team. Your team can be light beings. It can be galactics. It can be some people from the angelic realm. It can be different types of light beings. Hi, Jill. Hi, honey. And people, like, I'll tell somebody, you have this team with you. You have Council of Light. You have all these different, you have all this help. It's literally like right on, almost on top of you. And I'll just tell people, you need to just accept it, ask for it, acknowledge it, invite them in, tell them what it is you were looking for support with, or help, or your inspiration. Hi, Michelle, honey. You always have your divine spark. And you always have these divine embers all around you. They're never not with you. What happens is when you're not in a place of self-love, you don't necessarily feel it. You wonder. And that's what brings in density. We talk about different fields and different vibrations. A denser vibration, a denser field to be in is doubt, self-judgment, self-remorse, guilt, shame, blame, all the things that you don't feel good about yourself, right? It also causes pain within the body. So when you feel this, what it feels like is a disconnect. You feel like, oh, I'm not hearing anything. Last week I heard something. I think I'm hearing something. I'm not really sure if I'm hearing something. I think there's maybe someone, I felt like a presence, but oh, that can't be right. Just know that it's always there. It never goes away. It's up to you to take the action and just recognize that it's just like oxygen. It's always with you. It's like your heartbeat. It is always with you. It doesn't go anywhere. What I was thinking today is, and I have no idea how a TV works, but I know that if I turn on the TV, I get a picture. If I don't have the TV on, there's still information, those it's still coming, however you get a TV signal, it still comes through your TV, whether the TV's actually on or not. All it has to do is be plugged in. Well, you are always plugged in because you are a conscious being. You are in a physical body. Without the physical body, you're still a beautiful conscious being. So I just want you to get comfortable with the idea that you always have support. You always have love. You cannot be in a field without love. You can be in a field where you don't acknowledge it, express it, understand it, or feel it. And what gets in the way of us feeling that is our own self-imposed restrictions. And again, the self-imposed restrictions, judgment of yourself, judgment of your experience. Even when it's an expectation, oh, it should be this way. I'm going to get a new job. I know I'm going to get a new job because, I hear it, I feel it, but it has to come this way. That can also block your knowingness, your connection. It doesn't really block the connection because the connection doesn't go, the actual support team never leaves you. It's your understanding that's there. So I want you to get really comfortable with the idea that your team is always with you. And then how do you just thinking, how do you activate's not the right word. How do you start listening? How do you best start being in a place where you trust your own judgment, right? Trust your own sense of, it's really not your own judgment. Trust your own sense of knowing. How do you trust your own sense of knowing? One is just getting that place of just that, I guess it's faith. You just know. You just know. Just like I know I have a heart in my body and I know that it's beating, I know I have the support team with me, right? Then give yourself some silence during the day. Just silence. No TV, no radio. Hi, Camille. No vacuum cleaner going. It can be 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 2 minutes, be half an hour. Night like tonight, maybe grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of love, whatever you have. Water, actually, that is the best way to stay in a place of knowing and hearing and sensing and feeling, is to stay hydrated. Hi, Jen. Stay hydrated. Water is your best friend when it comes to intuition. We are mostly water. Our body's mostly water. When the cells get dehydrated, they don't work as well. When our bodies get dehydrated, it's like our antennas don't work as well. Your divine spark is always there. Your team of angels is always there. Your team of light beings, your team of your council of light. You are always, always, always present. Okay, you cannot not be part of that equation. And of course, within that is also your highest self. Your highest self at a different vibration that is not living in doubt and judgment and pain and sorrow and suffering. And every day you may have some roller coaster. You may go months with feeling really great. You may have a little dip every now and then. It's just because you're getting used to being in a different vibration, different space. You're getting used to not doubting yourself, right? What I've seen the last month, as we've talked about before, the most, I want to say, detrimental thought going on right now is comparison. Comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to how you think you should be, comparing yourself to the person next door to you, comparing yourself to how you used to be, right? That serves no purpose. It's just a way to stay stuck. Okay? Does that all make sense to everybody? I just wanted to hop on really quickly. And then one other thing I really want to, two more things, I guess. I want to bring in the vibrational love so you can feel it again. But just real quickly, I went and saw the movie, I forget the name, but it's the Mr. Rogers movie. And thanks, Annette. Thanks for the confirmation. The Mr. Rogers movie, about his neighbor. It was about a reporter that had to see Mr. Rogers and interview him. Wasn't really thrilled about it. And how he made a friendship with Mr. Rogers. He started to see the wisdom of Mr. Rogers and the way he did things. And since watching that, I've watched a couple of interviews with Mr. Rogers. And that man talks about everything that we talk about. He talks about consciousness. He talks about love. He talks about being present in the moment. He was way ahead of way ahead of his time. But he talks about stillness. Hi, Linda. He talks about stillness, allowing inspiration to come in. He talks about just being and not doing. He does something, he has an activity every day. He swims every single day. The reason he does that is that he's like everybody else, just like we are. We have emotions. Emotions are neither good or bad. It's just how does it make us feel and how long do we want to be in those emotions. What he said at one point in the movie is that he has learned how to deal with his emotions so it does not cause harm to himself or harm to someone else. So again, I encourage you to go see that movie. Maybe look at a couple of his interviews, because he understood very clearly that we all need to be understood. He slows down. He's so present with you in the moment that you know he's talking directly to you and he's listening. He validates the person, even though it's through the TV, right? Just we've talked before, that doesn't matter if you're watching this live or watching it later. It's almost like a hug and love has no boundaries, right? So he understands the value of allowing a person to be authentic, just telling someone how unique they are, that they're loved and they're safe and they're wanted. Now, if you heard that and understood that every single day, how would your life change? And can you do that for yourself? Can you, right now, tell yourself, I love you. I'm wanted. I'm supported. and I am heard. See, the truth, Matt, we all want to be heard, and that's what causes a lot of depression. We feel like we're not heard. But if you understand that you can always, you don't have to be heard or acknowledged by everybody else, it's wonderful. We all need it. But start with hearing yourself. Start with acknowledging yourself. Start with loving yourself. Okay? And I just want to let everybody have a moment of grace. And grace just kind of clears the field. So things get really quiet within your energetic field. It removes some of the vibrations that are no longer working for you. And then I want to bring in, today we're just going to bring in the vibration of love. And what helps people sometimes people tell me, I'm not sure if I'm feeling it or not. Put one hand on your belly button and one hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. The reason you put a hand on your belly button and a hand on your heart, it grounds you. It brings all your energy back into center. It has a calming effect. This is a technique you can use anytime you need to feel calm. We use it with children a lot. A lovely young lady, Sarah Bailey, one of her littlest one, touches his belly button when he needs to soothe himself. And they call it plugging in. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's plugging into his soul self. He's plugging into his energy field. So connect your energy field, your divine spark, with your heart energy. Lead with your heart. Take a deep breath, and I'm just going to extend that through the divine, through my highest self, and through the energy field that we always exist in. And all I'm doing is funneling it right to you. Can I ask if you turned up the volume a little bit? And you'll feel that. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's just very peaceful. Let that come in. I'm going to ask for it to come in a little stronger. Just let that spread throughout you. Ask it to go to every single cell of your body. It becomes part of your conscious awareness that you are love, you give love, you receive love, you live in love. You can never not be in the vibration of love. You can be in a place where you don't understand it, where you're not sure what it feels like, where you think it's not present, you think it comes from someone else. These are all really normal and valid thought patterns. They're just not 100% accurate. So what I would like you to do, and this, hey Helen, this is super easy for some people and a little bit more difficult, is I want you to give yourself, again, that quiet space and go find a mirror and just look in the mirror and look yourself in the eyes. I say, I love you. I see you. I hear you. And I understand you. I accept all my help. I accept my team's support and love at all times. I'm learning how to understand this vibration. I'm learning to receive it without judgment. I'm learning that this is my birthright. And as I fill myself up with the vibration of love, I let it overflow and extends to the next person. How's that feel? Use whatever words are best for you, but always, maybe it's just you look in the mirror and you say, I love you. And you're looking yourself directly in the eye. You'll find your day starts much I don't want to tell you how your day will be. I want you to let me know how your day goes when you do that. When you start from a place of self-love, an acknowledgement of this beautiful, wonderful light being that you are, you always have been, and you always will be, how does that change your day? And recognize that just by being you, you impact, you empower, you enlighten, and you touch everyone you come into contact with. Okay? I'm just going to let that all settle. And I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart, from my expanded heart, I should say, from my expanded heart. I want to thank you all for tuning in, coming on. And one last thing, I did want to mention this. I am really being I guess called. I'm really being guided. I'm really excited to get out and talk to more people. I'm really excited to keep working on these videos and keep sharing them, whether it's just me by myself or a room full of people listening and watching. But I would like to ask you a favor. If this makes sense to you and it resonates with you, if you feel it in your heart to share this video, just share it with wherever it feels good to you. I would like to gift you a half-hour session with me. I'll be able to get them. I can get about 5 gifted sessions in a week, and I will be able to do it. It might take us through January, February to get them all in, but we'll get them all in. And this offer goes through December 25th. Okay. I really would appreciate that. Just let your heart guide you. Again, thank you for coming in. I'm so appreciative and send you so much love, and I will see you soon. Thank you.